Hello everyone, I'm Jaiden Bartley and this is my Genetics 311 exam video on pedigrees. So in a galaxy far, far away, a part of the Star Wars episodes, we have the family of the Skywalkers, and today we'll be drawing and mapping out their pedigree. So for our pedigree, the Force will be the trait that we are mapping. Those who have the Force will be shaded in and that have that phenotype shown, and those unshaded do not have that phenotype and do not have the trait of the Force. Also, a part of our phenotype, we have 3 genders made up. Circles for females, squares for males, and rhombuses for unknown genders. So if we start in generation 1, we have Shimmy Skywalker, who then is with the Force, and because the Force is neither male nor female, is perfectly represented by the rhombus. And then together they have their son, Anakin Skywalker, a part of generation 2, who then later becomes Darth Vader, who does have the Force. And then he marries Padme, and together they have our favorite twins, Luke and Leia, who both have the Force, and are represented by this special branching system, this triangle that represents and tells us that they are twins. And then Leia marries Han Solo, who does not have the Force, and they are all 3 a part of Generation 3. And then together, Leia and Han have their son Kylo Ren, who does have the Force and is a part of Generation 4. And to represent the phenotype that we see in this pedigree, we can then trace them using genotypes. And then we can see these different patterns of inheritance to see the specific genotypes. We check these genotypes based upon our family's pedigree. So we can start with the X-linked recessive and X-linked dominant. Both of these two will have the Force that is represented on the X chromosome, which females have 2 of and males only have 1. So the Force in this one here will be the little f, and you must have 2 little f's to make it work, or 1 if you're male. So if we check this pattern of inheritance out, we see that it checks out on everyone who has the Force has it, and those who do not, do not. But if we continue there on to X-linked dominant, we see that there's 2 mishaps for this to work, so it does not check out and agree with our pedigree. Next, we have autosomal recessive. Each person here is given 2 little f's if they have the Force, and we can see here that it checks out. Next, we have autosomal dominant. So the trait of the Force is represented by 1 large F. So we check it out, and it matches the pattern of inheritance that agrees with our pedigree. So last but not least, we have the Y-linked pattern of inheritance, which means that the trait must be carried down by the males and is only given to other males. So this kind of inheritance does not work and agree with our pedigree, as we see here, because Leia has the Force, but is not able to get a F from her mother. Therefore, Han has to have the big F connected to his Y to be able to give to Kylo Ren. But this does not agree with the phenotypes represented in our pedigree, so it does not work out. That is all the patterns of inheritance according to our pedigree right here. Thank you so much for watching, and may the Force be with you.